The Silmarillion starts with a letter by J.R. Tolkien to Milton Waldman, who was the editor at the House of Collins, written in 1951. Took a couple of notes. I find it really sweet that he dismissively refers to it as my imaginary world, considering the impact that it had and how it's sort of all of our imaginary worlds that anyone who's into fantasy in any way sort of lives in. And he immediately establishes that sort of Tolkien sentiment of myth instead of allegory. He's not a fan of allegory at all. And interestingly, he talks about how the elves, their magic is art. Their primary interest is in creativity rather than trying to dominate everything, basically. He points out that the Silmarillion is sort of unique in its scope or focus because it's not anthropocentric, it's sort of elf-centric. Men or humans are the latecomers in the story. They're not in the Silmarillion book until the Second Age Numenorian stuff starts happening. So right from the beginning, this idea of it's not the lords and governors, but unknown weaklings that turn the wheels of the world, which obviously is a massive theme in The Hobbit and in Lord of the Rings. But that's there in the Silmarillion from the beginning, with these characters who are not the major players who end up having the biggest impact on the story. For Tolkien, evil is defined basically as the desire for complete domination, and he says power is an ominous and sinister word in all of these tales. So it's not that the good are trying to get power from the evil so that they can then wield it well. It's like the desire for power in general is seen as ominous and sinister. Another thing that was interesting is he talks about the elves that remain in Middle-earth during the Second Age. They're undergoing a process of embalming their culture. And even though Tolkien doesn't like allegory, he's writing this letter after two world wars in the early 50s, as he's watching all of the Western European empires and obviously the British Empire sort of diminish and undergo this period of fading. It's hard not to draw parallels. So those are the things I found interesting about the Tolkien letter at the start of the Silmarillion, and I will be reading the actual book proper in my next video, starting with Ainu Lindale. Ainu Lindale. Ainu Lindale. Ainu Lindale. The music of the Ainu. I'm going to have to work on my pronunciation. I'm going to be looking at that in the next video.